Wow. Dear God. Go watch this fucking anime. Just go fucking watch it. Turn off this review. Go watch episode 1 if you haven't already. Then come back, okay? Because, God, this was so fucking good. Oh. Like, I wish I would have done a live reaction of it. Because it didn't really scare me too much. Because I watched a lot of horror anime and a lot of horror movies in my day. So it didn't really scare me a whole lot. But I could see how it would scare certain people. And just the emotions is what really made me love this episode so much. So seriously, go watch it, okay? Dear God. Now, before I get into this episode review, I first want to say I know I don't usually do like episodic reviews of older anime, but you know, this is one that's been requested to me for a long time now. I don't even know exactly how old it is. I will look it up real quick as I'm talking here, but yeah, this one's been requested to me for years now, okay? And I just finally got around to it. And it's only 4 episodes, right? It's a 4-episode OVA that's based off of several games and manga that came out before it. First game came out in '96. Then there was one in 2008. Corpse Party. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna read them all off because there's a lot. The first game came out in 1996. Second game, Corpse Party Blood Covered, came out in March 8th, 2008. The next game, Corpse Party Blood Covered Repeated Fear, came out in February of 9th, 2012, and Certain Places, August 14th, 2012. Some versions 2010, some versions 2011, so it's kind of spread out there. Then there was a manga that came out, Corpse Party Blood Covered, which came out in 2008 and 2012. Corpse Party Musume manga came out in from August 10th, or from August 2012 to July from August 2010 to July 2012. Sorry about that. Corpse Party Book of Shadows manga came out, came out one country in 2011 and 2 other countries in 2013. Corpse Party Another Child came out. The manga came out from 2011 to 2013. Corpse Party Book of Shadows manga came out from 2012 to 2014. And the game Corpse Party The Anthology, Sachiko no Renai Yuki Hysterica Birthday to You, came out in 2012. And then there was an OVA, 11-minute OVA called Corpse Party Missing Footage that came out in 2012. I don't know really anything much about that. All I know is that apparently there's like some of the mangas or some of the games which you have to like read or play first in order to understand the story of that. That basically just adds on to it. So I won't be checking that out as of yet. Okay. The game Corpse Party 2 Dead Patient from 2013. And then there's the OVA which we're going to talk about today, which came out in 2013. So a lot newer than I expected. But there was also a game Corpse Party Blood Drive, which came out July 4th, 2014, and in Japan, and it had not yet been released in North America. But the OVA we're talking about today is Corpse Party Tortured Souls, episode 1 of it. All 4 episodes, and they're all OVAs. All 4 episodes came out in 2013. Okay, and I will be doing episodic reviews of all these episodes. I might do live reactions of the other 3 though. If I'd known that this would have been this good, I would have done a live reaction of this too. Okay, so yeah, each episode is around 30 minutes long because they're OVAs, so they don't have to appear on TV, so they're not like less than 30 minutes, only 30 minutes when you had commercials, you know. And this was so fucking good. Seriously. The emotions in this episode are so great. And the thing is that these characters weren't built up a tremendous bit. In fact, only a few minutes at the beginning of the episode where they actually built up. Okay. The episode starts out with this girl named Naomi Nakashima, who wakes up in her school, although it's not her classroom. It's completely dark, and she's kind of scared. And then she gets a flashback of what happened while she was in her classroom with some of her friends, and one of the girls is and they were telling ghost stories. But then the teacher ends up coming in along with one of the guy's little sister, and then we learn that one of the girl's friends is moving far away, and so they basically have like this break apart like this paper thing. I'm not too sure what exactly that's supposed to be. I'm not sure if it's like a custom in Japan or for some sort of religion or whatnot, but they break it apart saying that if as long as they keep it, they'll always be friends, always be together. And once they break it apart, the floor caves in, and then the torment begins. Yes. Okay. Dear God, this was amazing. I cannot stress that enough, okay? Like, first off, I want to talk about the censors. What censors? Literally nothing is censored here, and there's not a huge amount of, like, violence, meaning there's not, like, people getting shot or people getting, like, stabbed to death or ripped to pieces in front of the camera, but there's like buckets of fucking like intestines and stuff, and it's kind of ambiguous as to exactly who they're from. At the very end of the episode, we do get an image of all of the other friends that weren't seen yet, except for the opening scene, okay, including the teacher. So except for what's her name, Seiko, who ended up hanging herself. So she's confirmed dead, at least we're pretty sure. There's obviously some supernatural thing going on here, so who knows, she could come back and start murdering people, but she's confirmed dead, at least for the moment. But at the end of the episode, we did get an image of all of the others who are also wandering around in there, so we do know that they're all alive, okay? So it can't be any of theirs, but it could be someone else's, who knows, it could... who knows? It's very ambiguous at this point, but still, like, I love the fact that there's literally no censors. Like, you see fucking, was it Seiko or Naomi who were, like, stepping on some of the fucking intestines, and you get to hear them squish. And I know it seems like it's a minor thing to talk about, but it really adds to the atmosphere, okay? And another thing that adds to the atmosphere is the music choices. There are moments in this episode where there's no music, okay? And it suits it so well. And then there are moments when there is music, and it suits it so well as well. When there is music, the choices are so ambient and so perfect. But when there isn't music, it really helps add to the creepy atmosphere, okay? Like in a lot of horror-based anime or horror-based movies, So overall, like, what else is to say about this? The animation is not that great. I just want to say that right now. It's really not. Okay, the animation is not that great, but it doesn't really have to be necessarily here because the series does a great job at really, like, it might creep out some people. It didn't really need too much because I'm kind of desensitized to this stuff right now, but it all did help to turn my emotions a little bit. I'm really hoping that it does so even more later on. Okay, one more thing I want to talk about before I end this review is that fucking weird, creepy girl in like this red shirt. She's like this little girl in a red shirt and long black hair. She was probably the creepiest part about the episode. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, she probably was. She was just so creepy. It was really weird, and we don't know anything about her yet, except she's probably the root of all of this horror. Other than that, though, we don't really know anything about her yet. But still, fantastic episode. I definitely recommend this. You have got to watch this now. If you're not a fan of horror and, like, really gruesome shit, I do not recommend this at all. But if you're a really big fan of that, then go watch Corpse Party Tortured Souls right now. This has been my review of episode 1 of this series. I will be doing a review, possibly a live reaction of every single episode. Okay? So yes, stay tuned for that. So anyways, overall, I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. These after guys, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.